I'd like to show you is fetching the split screen into our menu system. So this can be done by a gesture from right to left, and from left to right you can put the split screen away again. So you can see that there is a little visual feedback that shows the user which kind of gesture and which direction is recognized by the system. And also we have an auditive feedback that allows the user to interact with the system while he's driving and to give him a feedback that the gesture is recognized by the system. We can also use the gesture up and down for switching the content of the split screen, and this gesture to put it away. So at the moment we are looking which is the perfect space for the gesture input, so that we have no misunderstandings with other traffic objects of the traffic, so that for instance passengers will cross the street because I'm doing something like this. So we are doing the gesture all in an area that is private for the user. And also the passenger can use the system, so when he's also putting his hands in this array, it's working as well. So if you have any questions?
So, but can you do a gesture, select one of those, like navigation, or do
No,
you have to select it with?
So we have to
iDrive?
select it with the iDrive. We don't want to map the whole menu navigation to the gesture system because it's too complicated. So the use cases will be too long for do it while driving. But we only want to use a gesture for some certain things, shortcuts, and not for the whole complex system.
What's the benefit of gesture control over voice control?
Voice control is also possible in our cars. We have, I think, we can operate about 90% of our system functionality also by speech recognition. But we know that people are very. There are a lot of differences, individual differences in people. So there are people which are very, which want to use the speech recognition and they like it very much. But we also know that there are people that want more use a control like this. And gesture is more for having those special moments and not for.
So you see it as an addition to voice control and iDrive,
it's an addition.
Instead of, and it won't replace the voice control or
No,
iDrive?
it won't replace anything. So it's an addition, and we are thinking that people will be coming to this modality very soon. So if you remember that a few years ago, when people saw a map on a screen, nobody would have made something like this. And now with the iPhone, it's very common. Everybody's trying out it when he's seeing it. So we think gesture input could be the same way, so that people are knowing that they can use in their homes, also in the kitchen and everywhere, and they really want to use it also in the car.
Do you think you could get to that point where you could, if you're navigating, you could pinch it and
so this would be a very nice gesture, but it's very hard to recognize it with a gesture control, because on the screen you can calculate when the gesture begins and when it ends by putting the fingers when they are touching the surface. And here it's very hard to see when the gesture is ready for the person and when the gesture is very, the segmentation is ready. So this is very hard to segment.
Yeah.
You can obviously turn it off, right? If you don't want to use it, like if you have a child in the front seat that's waving their hand around.
So it's not on all the time. You can switch it off if you'd like to.